Hi, I am Dr. Sanjay Marathe, child specialist and a neonatologist from Nagpur. Friends, 7th May we are celebrating World Asthma Day. And if I say the prevalence of asthma is increasing all over the world, so this is a time to see how the pollution is contributing in the asthma. As we all know, asthma is a chronic inflammatory disorder of the airways characterized by intermittent episodes of airway obstruction. When patient gets repeated attacks of asthma, there is from irreversible, it becomes irreversible and patient becomes chronic asthmatics. If I see, a pediatric patient is at a disadvantage for three important reasons. The airways are developing till the 13 years of age. The per kg air entry of this child is more than an adult, so more pollutants are entering into the respiratory tract. And if you see the rate of respiration, it is definitely more. So again, the more air, that means more pollutants are entering into the airways. If I see asthma, there is definitely a genetic predisposition or a familial predisposition. There are two important aspects of asthma. One is hyperreactivity and second is irritation by the pollutants or the irritants. Now let's see. If I give you a new concept that the carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, methane and ozone, these gases contribute called as greenhouse gases. What is the effect of these greenhouse gases? When there is an increase in number or the concentration of these gases, and that is basically because of the so-called modernization of the cities or industrialization of the cities, various companies, the chemical industries, the other industries emitting lot of carbon dioxide and nitrous oxide in the air is contributing what is called as greenhouse effect. Because of this greenhouse effect, along with the ozone, it dampens or absorbs more and more radiating light from the sun. The result is that there is a global warming. And friends, as we have seen, the global warming is a big phenomenon going all over, and the third world countries are affected the most. Because of the global warming, there is a direct damage to the airways, higher incidence of allergic conditions like allergic asthma or allergic rhinitis. At the same time, global warming along with the increase in the air pollution is contributing a lot in all inflammatory disorders. So what is happening? Second important aspect is air quality index. You must be seeing every day in the newspaper the air quality index of that city is given, whether it is very poor or average or good or very good. It indirectly tells you a real-time data what is the quality of the air. And it is basically consists of 6-7 parameters. One of them is particulate matter. This particulate matter is nothing but the small particles consist of various gases along with the lead, ammonia, black carbon, and it will tell you if the size of the PM is less than 10 micron, it is quite dangerous because it directly enters into the respiratory tract and causes damage. Especially when it is less than 2.5 microns, it directly enters into the small airways, damaging it, and at the same time it can act as a potent irritant which leads to the cascade of enzyme or mechanism which leads to the hyperreactivity and release of various substances like histamine, leading to the swelling of the airways and the spasm of the airways. So there are various air pollutants which are said to be responsible for this. Friends, it is very commonly said, what we breathe, we get the same. Means what? The air pollution is of two types, the indoor air pollution and the outdoor air pollution. And we have under the wrong impression that the pollution is only outside. The air pollution inside or the indoor pollution is equally harmful. I will just let you know what are the different air pollutants inside. Tobacco smoke or the smoke released because of the burning of fuel or a kerosene or the gases contributes a lot. Various cosmetics, various perfumes, various sprays. Not only that, the cockroaches, and another important is house dust mite. This all contributes a lot along with the outdoor pollutants like a pollen grain, a viral infection, a cold air, a sudden weather change, higher humidity, along with the various gases which we have already discussed. If these are the gases outside your body and outside your house and the air pollutants indoor, they all contribute in damaging your airways. What is the ultimate effect? Basically, it damages your airways permanently or partly. Then it reduces your lung functioning capacity. It makes the hyperreactive airways, more and more episodes of hyperreactive airway disease damaging the lungs, ultimately giving rise to a permanent damage to your lung, causing more infections of the lung and ultimate resulting high morbidity and high mortality. How we can prevent this? Very simple ways for the indoor pollutants, that you should have adequate ventilation in your house. Try to keep exhaust in all the bathrooms, in kitchen, in your living rooms, so that all toxic materials are thrown out. Try to keep the wet mopping. Avoid exposure of this child to the tobacco smoke, no perfumes or the cosmetics. Another important, if you have dogs or pet animals, try to keep them away, because this is also an important irritant factor for the people who are having hyperreactive airway disease. Your surroundings should be clean. The government's responsibility is to keep your air clean, so that you should breathe a clean air or a safe air, so that you will have less and less infection, less and less episodes of the asthma or any allergic condition. Friends, if we all know all these things, I am sure we all will be able to reduce the incidence of asthmatic attacks, and ultimately will try to give a child a comfortable life and better airways to breathe for a longer period of time. So friends, on this 7th May, let's all of us decide that we'll keep our house very clean, properly aerated and ventilated. Outside also our surroundings will have a very safe and a fresh air to breathe, so that the kids having this problem can breathe free and they will have a very comfortable life. So keep your surroundings as well as house free and safe from these pollutants, and let's give them a very good quality of life.